That's not going to prevent any questions. Hey, Jeepers. Hey, Zoe. Hey, Kelly. Hey, GSD. Hey, Stevens. And I think I've got... Hey, Pfizer. Midnight. Neat. I think I just came up with... another... With a title for another live, for a future live, for Sunday's live. Hey, Roxanne. Hey, Barbara. Or Wednesday's live. Hey, Trash Pandy. I just came up with my title for next Wednesday's live. You'll get to see it then. Hey, VAC. Hey, Susan. What happened? Oh, nothing happened. Hey, Nisa. Hey, Donut Predator. Turkey leg. Tina. Oh, that was your husband? That was interesting. It was interesting there. Hey, Kelpace. Budweiser beer. You mean what's her name? The lady? That's kind of cool too. That's fun. I mean, it was weird being recognized, but you know, it's interesting. Went to the zoo today, wore me out. Ooh, sounds fun. Yes, Roxanne, I know. Dylan Mulvaney, right? I don't care. Yeah, turkey leg. The other day, Monday night. Monday, I went to the grocery store, and on my way out, some guy recognized me, which was weird, surreal. You know, like I've been out with Chantel when she's been recognized in the past, but this is the first time like I've been out and just somebody recognized just me. Hey, MK. So yeah, it was interesting. Interesting experience. Hey, Vanna. Apparently so. Apparently I am a celebrity now. What did I say? Oh, nothing much. I think I was like, oh, cool. Oh, cool, thanks, or something like that. Wouldn't like to be recognized. Yeah, I mean, there's a part of me like, hey, Dean Hunter. That was nice. I mean, I tried. So the autographs. Work went well. Work is always work. What I have for dinner? Jizz. As weather in Canada. Warm. Hey, Fernanda. It seems to be pretty warm lately. Autograph. I don't know about doing autographs. I don't want people to have my signature. So I don't know about autographs. Maybe if I'm signing boobs. I'm joking. Wanted to make my first tattoo. Eagle user. I cursive. I mean, like, jizz, Barbara, not chiz. Jizz, as in jism. Yeah, for like my signature, it'll be like it's scribbles. Like my signature, like whenever I have to sign, my signature is just straight up scribbles. Um, like it's just get it on paper. Yeah, it's a man response. I mean, like it doesn't need to be elegant. Like whenever you're signing paperwork, it doesn't need to be elegant. Start carrying cards in you that are already signed. That's the people that know you. I mean, I don't know that would. I don't know that I'd get many much use out of it. I have an unhealthy addiction to cheese. Can you have an unhealthy addiction to cheese? Imprint your balls onto cards and give them out? Hand out business cards? For all your banging your mom needs. I'm addicted to hot chips. Hey, Jenna. Just woke up from a nap. Nice. Just one move. I mean, I've got one more day on my current schedule. Pony Whisper on the cards profession. Hey, Cam. But yeah, one more day of 9 a.m. shift. Oh, sorry, honey bunny. Uh, hey, Amy. I don't see your comment, honey bunny, or your question. Sorry. What was your question? I'm not sure if it actually even showed up in my chat. What time is it? 7:15. They don't teach cursive any longer. I mean, it's pointless. Cursive is largely pointless anyway. Hey, private dancer. Sorry, I didn't say that. You had jizz for dinner? What it tastes like? Salty. Tomorrow's Friday? Yeah. Oh, you had. Oh, that was what the question was. Okay. Salty. Yummy. Yep. Totally. Hey, Maggie. Because I mean, that's the whole thing about it. Like everyone says, it tastes salty. I want a test tube of jizz, and I want to compare it to the salt in the ocean. Chest infection due to tree pollen. Ooh, that's rough, Gilly. So I watched the Tears of the Kingdom launch trailer. I watched the Tears of the Kingdom trailer. Looks pretty cool. It also looks like there's a lot of complicated gameplay mechanics that I'm not really sure. Yeah, I am a very slow game. Like I am very slow at video games. I don't really do well at, you know, thinking on my feet and you know combos and shit like that. You know, like when I played Breath of the Wild, briefly tried to fight one of those rock monsters, and oh, okay. Bye, Nisa. Air conditioning? Yeah, yeah, we got air conditioning here, so it doesn't feel. I don't feel too hot today. Anyway, what was I saying? Right. So yeah, like those rock things, those rock monster things in Breath of the Wild. Like I tried to fight one of them once, and sort of just ended up running away just because like, yeah, I'm not quick enough. I'm not quick enough for this. So not sure that I will end up getting Tears of the Kingdom. It seems like a game that requires you to have some level of reflexes. Yeah, like allows you to like requires you to be able to sort of think on your feet in a way that I just am not good at. Um, so yeah, shame because in all likelihood the Let's Plays of Tears of the Kingdom are going to repeat the problem I have of not fucking talking to NPCs. Like talk to the goddamn NPC. Like explore. Like they made this huge world and wrote all this dialogue and just fucking make their effort worth it by checking everything out. Stupid Let's Players not bothering to check out everything. I want to see like the weird, the weird corners. I want to see like the NPC, all the NPC dialogue. I want to see softball game. Ooh, nice, Amy. Like myself. The problem danger, like I was just saying, like it looks like the kind of game that requires you to be quicker on your feet than I am. I am slow when I play video games. I'm not good at reacting quickly. Um, and Tears of the Kingdom looks like a game that sort of requires you to be able to react reasonably quickly, quicker than I am really capable of. It just looks more complicated than I'm actually able to do. Cozy game? Not a cozy game. No, I mean, visual novels are pretty cozy. But like a simple, straightforward game. Banjo-Kazooie. Super Mario Brothers 3. Not even World. Mario 3. That one's where it's at. That's like the most perfect game. Super Mario 3 is the greatest game ever created. The closest the medium has ever come to perfection. Because like with a little, with just a little bit of strategizing, with just a little bit of skill and a little bit of strategizing, um, you can get to World 8 with a couple of items that allow you to skip the toughest levels in World 8. New Mario movie out this weekend? Yes, I'm aware. I have no interest in it. Because yeah, like there's like I think like the second or third stage of World 2. Hey Harlem. Or World 8. I always found weirdly tough. Like there was one stage in World 8 that I always found weirdly tough. Hey Scriptgoat. And so I'd always use either that P-Wing, the one the thing that gives you sort of infinite flight to skip through the level, or I would use the cloud to skip it. Other than that, most of the levels, World 8, most of the levels are not too tough. The tank and the airships, they're not that bad. So yeah, Super Mario Brothers 3. Hey JJ, as close to perfection as the gaming medium has ever come. A few levels here and there that are kind of annoying, but not too many. Mario 2 is also pretty good. Mario 2 was actually pretty good. It's Mario 2 sort of hey Jojo. A lot of people don't really give Mario 2 a chance because it's a departure from the franchise's gameplay, and because it was originally released as a different game in Japan. Like in Japan, it was a completely different game. It had nothing to do with Mario. It was just when it was moved over to when it was being imported to North America, they slapped the Mario characters on there in order to get it just brand appeal. So Mario 2, it's one of those games where it's like, no, Jen, that's not what happened at my job today. So Mario 2, a lot of people don't like it because it wasn't designed as a Mario game, and it doesn't generally play as a Mario game. There's a lot of aspects of it where it's like not a Mario game, but it is fun. It's a genuinely fun game. Sleepwalking? Well, and I won't wake you, Jenna. I enjoyed. Yeah, it's fun. I played it. Okay, so I played it on a Game Boy on night shift at my old job. Hey, Kimmy Thimster. My first job. I was on night shift, and somebody brought in a Game Boy that had Mario and Mario 2. So we played it there. I played it there. That was my experience with Mario 2. I suppose that I think it was also included on Mario All Stars, but I don't think I ever really played it on the Mario All Stars on the Super Nintendo. But yeah. And Peach is absolute best in Mario 2. Mario 1 was difficult. It was. Mario 1 was a tough game. It was a very difficult game. And then they did the Lost levels, which was even harder. So Mario 1, I don't really like them. I don't really enjoy Mario 1. Some of like the early levels in Mario 1, plenty of fun, but it gets tough, and it's like I don't really stop enjoying it. It gets too hard for me. I don't have the reflexes for it. Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? Yes. I played both of those back on the Super Nintendo. Played Mortal Kombat, the first 3 Mortal Kombats. I played the first 3 Mortal Kombats on the Super Nintendo, and obviously Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Because that Street Fighter 2 had so many versions. Exclusively picked the Ninja Girl. For which of those games? Sub-Zero and Ken. For Street Fighter, I think Chun-Li was the one that I mostly used in Street Fighter. The kicks. Yep. Her kicky thing. I'm sorry, but it's a great attack. Mortal Kombat, I don't remember who I usually used in Mortal Kombat. Been a long time since I played those games. Probably Sub-Zero I probably used. Maybe Scorpion. Toasty! Nina? Well, which game are you talking about, Vanna? Are you talking about Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? Hey, Comic Book. I did watch the new trailer. I was talking about it earlier, Comic Book. I was actually talking about it and how it looks great, but it also looks like it might be a little bit more complicated than I can manage. I am not good at games. This one looks like it requires reflexes and thinking on your feet and stuff that I'm not good at. Oh, the music is gorgeous. It's Zelda. Zelda does not miss when it comes to music. Johnny Cage. A lot of technical stuff. Yeah, I mean, just like Ocarina of Time. Loved Ocarina of Time. That was my first Zelda game. Ocarina of Time was the very first Zelda game that I played. Way back on the Nintendo 64. And it was great. Loved that game. Hey, Melly. And it was very simple. I am not into complicated games. Ocarina of Time was a very simple to play game. You know, it didn't require a whole lot of strategizing in fights. It didn't, you weren't having to think on your feet. Thought Ocarina of Time was really hard. I don't think I ever really found it that hard. Hey, Serial. Public games. I had the strategy guide. So is it cheating? Probably. But yeah, okay. So that aspect of it, yes. If you're trying to figure out the puzzles, then yes. If you're just using the strategy guide, then that problem with it is removed. I believe I got the strategy guide free with all the different tools and key items in the dungeons. Yeah. Water Dungeon in particular was really controversial. Comic book struggling with different tools. Hey, Color Purple. See, I think I got the strategy guide free with a subscription to Nintendo Power, I believe. So, are you drowning, Harlan? Are you drowning because we're talking about video games? Honey Pop. Isn't that a porn game? Oh, you love you. So yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. The new Tears of the Kingdom. It does look like it requires being able to think on your feet in a way that I'm not able to do. Hey, Mix. The combat, like in Zelda, the combat was not particularly difficult. Seeing Ganon made me shriek. Hey, Jenny. In Ocarina of Time, the combat is not at all difficult. What I made in Mortal Kombat. I don't remember, Mix. I don't remember who I mained in Mortal Kombat. I honestly don't. Game Pro? I don't know that I watched it. Mortal Kombat? Katana? Would that have been Katana? Or Malina? Might have been Melina. Did she like take off her mask and have like sharp teeth, like a fucked up mouth? Because she had like a fucked up mouth. Like if she took off her mask and had a fucked up mouth, then that was Melina. I mean, Katana, like Mylena also used Spanish. Mylena and Katana were just palette swaps. I'm talking about my coworkers. Hey, Habibi. J-Dad has not been in here tonight. Baraka Keith. Baraka, I think, might have been my main in MK2. I love Baraka. Uh, so yeah, I don't really remember. I was never very good at video games or at fighting games. I was never great at fighting games. I like throwing grenades. There. Hey, Enzo. I was never good at fighting games. I couldn't really do the combos, especially the fatalities. I could never pull off the fatalities. Um, but I mean, just in general, like combos and even a lot of the special attacks, if it was more complicated than backpack B, I'd have trouble with it. Even backpack B, I wasn't always able to pull off. So I was never very good at fighting games. So I didn't really play them much. I'm trying to think of the fighting games that I did play. 17-year-old who got kicked out of a Pokemon tournament. Well, I mean, 17, he's got an unfair advantage. Jordan's still sick. Get well soon, Jordan. Also, the game where you just have many cats and they're just cats and they make soup. Yeah, I know that. I've seen that one. Hey, Twinkle. Hey, Jordan. I've heard of that game. I forget what it's called, but I've heard of that game. Some mobile game. Ooh, that's not good, okay? So many cats, so much soup. They have cute hats. Oh, hi, Abby. Sorry. Sorry, Abby. Hi. I missed you there. YouTube doesn't let me know, but YouTube's trying to suppress me. One or two rabies. Those games where you have to make words out of the letters. Yeah, I think it's pretty hot in Cornwall. I think as it right now. 23 in Cornwall right now. I've never tried Wordle. How come I never complain about being cold? Because I keep the heat on. Hey, Raptor. Canada is Celsius. We are Celsius because we are not like you godless Americans with your damn Fahrenheit scale from hell. Yes, godless, because 0 degrees is the temperature at which water freezes, because that makes sense. Water freezes at 0. If it's colder than the temperature at which water freezes, then it's negative. If it's warmer than the temperature at which water freezes, then it's positive. So you Americans with your Fahrenheit, you are heathens with your Fahrenheit. Bought products for 20 years. I left the church for Pokemon. Fair. We understand numbers. Favorite variety of yeah, double stuffed Oreos. But I haven't gotten Oreos in forever because I got cheap. I mean, that's fair in height. Hey, Mercy. Lucid dreaming. I don't think I've ever done that. Not handle deep south? Probably not. Person's favorite Oreos says a lot about them. Mine says I like being double stuffed. Long live confusing people as a tactic of war. I mean, that is one of the most basic strategies in any war. Oh, okay, Marcy, how are you? I dumped my Oreos in the garbage. Hey, Syrup. Conbrook. Uh, Sometimes one way, sometimes the other. Sometimes I'll eat it whole, sometimes I'll separate and eat the cream. Depends on my mood at the moment. So cream liquor. Sometimes. No doctor would advise an Oreo diet. I mean, if you pay him enough, you might. I'm fine, Jenna. I'm eating fine. Sorry, power. Sequel-wise, I can see it not great, but its battle system is top tier. Job strategist heaven with combinations. Okay. Bye, Raptor. Twinkle, officially Canada uses kilos, but pounds are pretty common here. Or technically, Canada uses grams, but we use pounds pretty regularly here as well, pounds and ounces. I showered script good. That's what I did. I do not speak French now. Hey, Baxter. Bye bye, Jen. Slurp, slurp. I speak English. We're doing nothing. Final Fantasy Tactics, I don't think I would ever play. I'm not tactical. I'm not tactical, so I don't know that I'd play I don't know that I'd want to play tactics. Yoshiki. I feel like part of it, like as a sequel, I suspect a big part of the hate that I've never played either game. I watched a Let's Play of Final Fantasy X, and I watched part of a Let's Play for Final Fantasy X 2. I feel like for Final Fantasy X 2, as a sequel, it seemed like the story just, there just wasn't a whole lot of story. But also, there's something. I will continue to say 10-2, Cam. I will always call it 10-2. I don't care that it's officially X2. I'm always going to call it 10-2. That amuses me more. But also, like, I feel like the dress system, like, they come up with a game with, where the entire playable party consists entirely of women, and the combat system is based around dressing up? Like, that's just weird. Yeah, it was job switching, but it was dressing up. It was just a weird, it's just a weird. Yeah, I mean, I've played Final Fantasy III, which is all about job system and all about changing jobs. But they're called dress spheres. And, they're all wearing, and, every outfit is skimpy outfits. They're all skimpy outfits. A lot of them are actual dresses. A key point of it is dress. It's a dress-up game. It just gives that vibe of being, hey, it's a dress-up game. So it just feels like, I think it's just one of those things where I think that probably worked against it as well. I just want to hook up with an Albed girl. You're trying to appeal to girls, and all girls like dresses. And I'm sure a lot of girls, and honestly, I'm sure a lot of girls did enjoy that aspect of it. But I suspect that probably did play against it a little bit. I feel like that may have made the game to a lot of like more serious gamers, I feel like that may have made the game feel slighter, if you know what I mean. Bang, Marry, Kill, Yuna, Lulu, Riku. Bang, Lulu. Marry Yuna. I don't want to kill Riku, but you know, she's like 15. I'm not gonna bang a 15-year-old girl. Isn't she like 15 in the first game? Come on. Not that, and Yuna's like 17, so I think, honestly, I think Yuna's like 17, but yeah, I'm gonna change my answer to like none of them. They're all children. Next to 2 years later, something like that. Hey, filthy animal! Don't kill children. Don't run them over. Tell Tesla, not me. Hey, I love JJ. Lulu's got hush puppies for days. Yep. No, I'm not gonna sing. I'm not. No singing, Jenna. Let them live their lives and let them get old. Exactly. I'm just gonna sit off to the side. Yeah. Good luck, girls. Is it true that most Canadians live below the 49th parallel? I have no idea. No more Canadians, more Americans that live further north than the majority of Canadians. I have no idea, Jennifer. I can hum when it counts. Nice. Anyway, yeah, so yeah. If I ever do get around to the if I do end up doing my Final Fantasy Let's Play, I'll be skipping 10-2. That said, I won't be starting it until at least after Star Trek Resurgence, which comes out in May. Just another month or so, depending on when in May. It was supposed to come out in April. It was actually supposed to come out a few months ago, but it got delayed until April, and now they've delayed it until May. I have heard about it, Samsara. I so want to watch it. A bunch of American theaters will be showing like a filmed. Like I think they've recorded one of the stage performances of the Spirited Away play, and they're going to be playing it at a bunch of American theaters. Not fucking coming to Cornwall, obviously. Won't be able to fucking watch it, assholes. Yeah, I watched the original Star Trek twice, actually. NYC? I would imagine NYC. Yeah, Cornwall. Ugh. 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 So angry that I won't be able to watch it. Am I far from NYC? Yes, very far. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Natalie. So I first watched the Bang, Marry, Kill Terra, Celis, or Tifa. That's a tough one. I like all three of them. Bang Tifa. Marry Terra. Kill Celis because she was a cop. Fuck the police. Couldn't remember Fozzie's name. Oof. Am I gonna make a crappy ASMR channel? Maybe. Bang Tifa, marry Tifa, give all your money to Tifa. I mean, if we're talking Jen Bartel version of Tifa, Jen Bartel's Tifa, then I want to be and be with Tifa. Hey, Natalie. Sorry, Natalie. Are you leaving already? OG Tifa? I'm just saying, like, Jen Bartel draws a hell of a Tifa. Oh, you're leaving because I'm not doing a ASMR? I agree. Tifa would marry and bang Aerith. Tifa, Aerith, and Cloud are a polycule. Oh, sorry, Natalie. Hi. I thought I did say hi. I thought I said hi. Sorry. Hi, Natalie. I love her quizzes. I mean, quizzes is okay. I object. I have an issue with Quistis hitting on one of her own students, and like resigning as a teacher so she could date one of her students. Come on. Cloud did get dressed against, and he looked good in that dress. Like he said, nailed it. You know, Vincent. I never played Original 7, so I don't actually know who Vincent is. Never exactly private days. Like that was weird. That was weird and creepy. Thoughts on people that take the jobs so seriously? Too seriously? I don't know. It's weird. I thought he looked good. I thought he looked nice. I thought he looked very pretty. Also, that scene is what leads me to believe that Aerith likes women way more than guys. You know, like when she first met Cloud, she was like, "Oh yeah, this guy's pretty cute. You know, this guy's cute. I'll hang out with this guy. Sure, yeah, I'll hang out with him." And then like and then like she briefly saw Tifa and was like, "Yeah, that girl's hot. Let's go rescue that girl. Let's go help this girl. Let's go help that lady." Like she barely got a glimpse of Tifa and was like, "Let's go help her." And then like, you know, Cloud is like getting made up as a woman, and Aerith is just sitting there fucking hyperventilating. My mom used to make me wear dresses like that to school, and I would wig out. Deepest the hottest girl ever. I mean, she is, but it's just like the fact that like Aerith was fucking hyperventilating in anticipation of seeing what Cloud would look like in a dress, and then when she actually saw him, she was like just stunned. You cannot tell me that Aerith is straight. Killface? Sorry, Killface. Let me see if I can find your question. Rosie O'Donnell, Paula Poundstone, Ellen DeGeneres. I don't give a shit about any of them. Fuck them all. Get rid of all of them. Kill them all. What is Tifa? Final Fantasy VII. Mercy Gallagher! Thank you, Mercy Gallagher. Thank you for the super chat. And hooray for your first super chat. Yeah. Aw, that's okay, Mercy. Yeah, seriously. Like, Aerith, there's no way Aerith is straight. And for the record, neither is Tifa. Tifa's definitely like, when Tifa first met Aerith, she was like, this girl seems kind of weird. Maybe a little sus. I'm not sure about this girl. And then like after like 20 minutes, it's like, you know what? No, she's great. She's great. I'm gonna marry her. Can't with turn-based games? Nah, that's fair. It's just like Aerith definitely has way stronger feelings for Tifa than she does for Cloud. And honestly, by the middle of the game, Tifa had stronger feelings for Aerith than she did for Cloud. Like Tifa was in love with Cloud, and then like an hour with Aerith, and she was like, "Is it too late to change? Is it too late to switch sides?" Why wasn't the scripted date Aerith and Tifa? Bear in mind, I've never played the original Final Fantasy VII, so I am talking specifically about Final Fantasy VII Remake. Just remember that Final Fantasy VII Remake is the one I'm talking about. And in that game, Aerith and Tifa are clearly in love with each other. Yeah, I do, Mix. I'm talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake. Duh. That's what I'm talking about. Oscar the Grouch. I love Oscar the Grouch. Oscar the Grouch might have been my favorite. I did watch the Yuffie DLC. Haven't yet watched the Crisis Core sort of remaster. Yeah, Yuffie. I mean, Yuffie's cute in it. She seems fun. She seems like a lot of fun. Oscar the Grouch is me in Muppet form. I mean, kinda. He's the Muppet that I relate to the most because I likewise live in trash, love trash. Trailer Park Trash? No. So, favorite Muppets movie is the one when they stop making them. Aw, I love the Muppets. The Muppets are great. Like when I do, never enjoyed them. Sesame Street. Oh yeah, of course, I watched Sesame Street. Grew up on Sesame Street. I don't really remember much about I don't really remember much about the show from when I was a kid. I don't really remember. I think Big Bird was sort of the main at the time. As I recall, I'm trying to remember if Snuffleupagus was if people knew about Snuffleupagus at the point at that time. I can't remember if he was still if they were still doing the thing where they were implying that he was what's it? The imaginary friend. I'm trying to remember if he was still, if there's still that question about whether he was an imaginary friend or real. I don't remember if Snuffleupagus was confirmed as real at the time that I was watching. Um, but I do know that Big Bird was still the main character on Sesame Street when I was watching it. Did Snuffy meet up? Well, yeah, Snuffy is real. They did come out and have Snuffleupagus. They did confirm Snuffleupagus was real. Originally, for a long time, the running joke was that Big Bird was the only one who ever saw Snuffleupagus. So, everyone else on the show thought that Snuffy was just Big Bird's imaginary friend. Eventually, they did have other people see Snuffy. They did sort of end that running joke because they ended the running joke basically so that kids would know, tell adults, adult to say that adults should believe what kids tell them. Basically, I think actually, it wasn't intentional, but I mean that was sort of why they stopped it. That was sort of why they stopped doing that joke. I don't like Bang Kill Mary. I don't like that one. I don't like that game. Never got that. It's not funny. Yeah, I love Snuffy. Yeah, Snuffy was great. Might have to have. No, it was about parents believing kids. Hey, Gia. Um, hey, Gia. So yeah, that is. I think no, I don't want a Gia. I don't like Smash or Pass. It's mean. Fuck Mary Kill. It's a mean game. Also, you always pick people that I don't fucking care about to begin with. Hey, you always I don't. Thanks, Samsara. I thought so. Yeah, I don't. Hey, Anunnaki. You always pick. You're always bang, Mary, kill. Fucking person you've never heard of. Person you've never heard of. Person you've never heard of. I don't fucking know any of the people that you ask me about. Or else it'll be shitty person, shitty person, shitty person. I don't care. Favorite Simpsons episode? I don't really know. There were a lot of good ones back in the day. It's it's either people I had never heard of or people who just suck in general. And it's I don't want to fucking play with that. I don't want to play it if I don't know who the people are. And I don't want to play it if I don't give a shit whether any of the people live or die. Kill all of them. I don't fucking care. Okay, enough. Kill them all. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Kill them all. Yeah, that was always fun, Jennifer. So sorry. Kill them all. All three of them. Kill all of them. Kill everybody on the goddamn planet. I don't care anymore. I haven't watched the new episode yet, Tourist. I forgot it was Thursday. I forgot that it was out today, so I haven't watched it yet. I'll be watching it as soon as I finish up this stream, which I should probably end soon so that I can watch it. Or hell, I can just go watch it now, and you people can keep watching me and talking amongst yourselves. She's fine. I'll be going over. I'll be going over to her place probably on Saturday. I'll be going over there. Excuse me. Sorry, Jenna. I'm sorry, Jenna. Favorite sci-fi show on Netflix? I don't know. Still be the one leaving. Fair enough. I am not fired yet, Gia. Do I hate blondes? I don't hate blondes. It's just my least favorite hair color. I said something funny. Sometimes I sound like a piglet. Favorite hair color? I don't know. I like dark hair. I'm gonna start working myself. Monday. I have no preferences one way or the other. Mix. I have no idea, Gia. I can't weigh myself. The scale I've got is doesn't work properly, so I have no way of weighing myself. Got a new scale? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I might at some point. I don't know. I'll see. I'll see. Get a PO box and people will send me scales. Yep, to my balls and scales. We do have Goodwill in Canada. Yeah, permanent tourist. Weigh myself with rocks like the British do. Yeah, Chantel's old scale. It doesn't adjust anymore. I tried resetting it and it doesn't. Color purple? I mean, not particularly. Get me a drug scale because I'm Canadian and use grams. Thanks, Andrew. Might be influencer. I don't know. I haven't really noticed. I haven't changed the battery. I've like taken the battery out and put it back in as a way of resetting it. But same thing where the weight's off. Hey, leper. Welcome. Stretching the batteries. What's my deal? I don't know. I just sit here and talk to people about shit. Scale's been a trooper. It's my woman type. Breathing. I've not registered for family doctor yet. No, just, whatever topics come up. We just talk about whatever topics people bring up. Nah, I never go across the border. How do I feel about the war? I mean, Russia is absolutely in the wrong here. War is bad. Yep. I mean, yeah, war, like Russia was absolutely in the wrong with the invasion. What if Mia Khalifa was really into ponies and X-Men, but she needed me to move to Buffalo, New York? Well, tough luck for her. I ain't living in the U.S. Nah, I haven't yet. Color Purple, I haven't looked into it yet. I keep forgetting. Yes, man. I mean, Mia, she seems like a pretty cool person, honestly. Favorite porn star? I don't think I have a favorite porn star. Angela? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, Jenna. Well, hopefully see you tomorrow. And hopefully I'll pay more attention to you tomorrow. I'm sorry, Jenna. I'm sorry that I got distracted by other stuff tonight, Jenna. Leopard. The main thing that AI has the ability to do is put real people out of work. Yes, I wouldn't have single payer health insurance. I wouldn't have the publicly funded health insurance. Also, I would probably spend every day worried about being the victim of a mass shooting. No, leper, because the issue is all these systems are being designed by capitalism. Like these systems are all being designed by people who are looking to cut costs by getting rid of employees. So it can't come up with a better system because it's designed by people who are working within the existing system. I am not upset I'm not in America. Kind of upset I'm in Ontario, frankly. That said, Florida just passed hey, JJ, welcome back for 3 months. Wee. Yeah, I mean, Florida just passed a bill that banned abortion after 6 weeks. After 6 weeks. Most women have no idea they're pregnant at 6 weeks. And Florida's like, tough shit, ladies. Um, Tennessee, I think, has voted to, I believe, or maybe not. I know Missouri just voted to basically defund libraries, and dissent. It was. I mean, there's the legislature. It was the legislature. So like the Florida House passed it. DeSantis is expected to sign it. Yeah, Missouri is like, because Missouri can't ban uh, gay books. They're just going to ban libraries. Like they're voting to essentially like eliminate funding for libraries. And also, the Missouri Attorney General just passed an emergency act, an emergency measure that essentially bans all transition related care. Like, that's effectively what it does. Missouri has basically banned trans people. It has basically banned transition. At any age, by the way. At any age. Like it's not like, oh, we're not going to allow kids. No, it's like this. The Attorney General's executive order applies to all ages, and it's like it's basically just like no one is allowed to transition. They have to have like they have to have 3 years of severe gender dysphoria and not be depressed. Also, can't be autistic. Autistic people are not allowed to transition anymore in Missouri. Um, People need 15. Yes, I do, Jordan. And Missouri is the Missouri's Republican government is fucking vile. Absolutely goddamn vile. Yes, I am lucky not to be in Missouri. But I care about the people whose lives are being ruined by these assholes. Yeah, if they can afford it permanent. And like I said, this is on top of this is on top of them just gutting any funding for libraries because they fucking hate people because they can't ban queer books anymore. They can't ban specific books, so they're just getting rid of every fucking book in the goddamn state. It is utterly fucking ridiculous what is happening in that state. And all across the country. Don't understand why you say Kansas and Arkansas differently. Legal for one resident that has more than 5 adult toys in Texas. Yeah, I think that's one of those laws that nobody enforces, but it should still be stricken. Only other province I've been to is Alberta. Furthest north I've been is Edmonton. Right, Arkansas. Libraries only becoming something of are becoming a relic of the past because fucking conservatives keep trying to fucking kill them. That's the only reason libraries are being relegated to the past is because conservatives want to fucking want to fucking end them. Proper way to say Cool Whip. No, libraries are still huge parts of their communities. People absolutely still go to libraries. Tons of people still go to libraries. They are still vital and vibrant parts of their communities. Everybody's online. First of all, not everybody likes reading online. A lot of people still uh, prefer physical books. There's a lot of people who still prefer physical books. Second, libraries are more than just book depositories. They are more than just book warehouses. Yeah. People who don't have internet access can go to the library. Their parents can bring their young children to the library for story times as something fun to do to get out of the house for an hour. Hey, Margaret, there are tons of programs. Exactly. You can rent DVDs at the library. Only no computers because of the library. And honestly, some kid who needs help with a research project, librarians can help them with research projects. We use DVDs. Fair, but there are still students who will go to their library for help with a research project to help them, figure out, where do what can I do for this? Hey, just in Missouri. Hold on. Damn, had to choose should they say the library or the museum. Honestly, I would say library over museum. Hey, Mimi. Hey, Zoya. Anyway, so yeah, so like if you're having trouble finding books over community, like what I would say, Mimi, is the roles that libraries. Missouri, permanent. I said Missouri. Wrong state, tourist. Missouri uh, is defunding libraries. All the M states are the same. But Tennessee doesn't start with an M. Are you still looking at Tennessee, tourist? Because I'm talking about Missouri, not Tennessee. Missouri. State's Republican-controlled House of Representatives voted on a state budget proposal last week that sets the library's budget at zero. Senate plans to put 4.5 million back. Um, yeah, as far as museums go, museums are also beneficial. Um, Depending. Art museums are great. Uh, History museums, if they like museums that just like steal artifacts from other countries, that's shitty. But like museums are great. I absolutely support Missouri. Um, or museums. I absolutely support museums. I'm long time toxic family. It's been a long time for me. I'll admit, because I'm trash. But a lot of people do. Hey, alien tourist. Yeah, like museums are great. Um, hey, Shiva. But libraries serve. Does Cornwall have a museum? I don't think so. Like, I don't think Cornwall even has a museum. We had an art museum at one point. Not a museum, a gallery. We had an art gallery at one point. No, we do have a community museum. Cornwall Community Museum and Archives. How can I speak of museums? No. Um, anyway, like I said, oh, sorry, Yashiki. Yeah, so like libraries are community centers. Museums are fantastic places. They're not really community centers in the way that libraries are. No idea, Anunnaki. Cornwall or Moscow? I even know to say Cornwall over Moscow, But ever seen dinos? Don't think I have. Don't think I've ever. Well, no, I went to like a. No, I went to when I was in Alberta. When I visited Alberta, I went to dinosaur bone park. Some park that's full of dinosaur bones. So I have seen dinosaur bones. I was not in cheerleading as a child. No. Hi, Nerdicus. No, I was never into cheer because I was never. That requires energy. I was never. I was low energy. I don't know, Penning. It'd be weird. I'd be filming in public, and I always find that weird. Again, Mimi, libraries are about more than just books. Low energy equals lazy. Yeah. Cheerleader by Pom Pom Squad. I have not. Under the graveyard shift. Yeah, that'll be nice. Be nice to sleep in again. What does the libraries offer? Programs, programs, programs. Tomorrow's my last day of training. Then just like look up your local library and look up the programs that it offers. I'll bet that it does, maybe. I'll bet that there's marathon stream. I don't think I'll do a marathon stream. Yeah, I mean, just like this Saturday at the local library, at my local library, there's a children's story time. There's a painting class, some art hive, nature and birding travels, chess for beginners, all on just this Saturday. This coming week, there's an Earth Week thing showing movies, after school STEM club, aid story to eat, eat, I'd eat, ed, eat. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. EID, storytime and henna art, Cornwall and Area Writers Society, baking club, I'd seed bomb workshop for adults, whatever that is, after school gaming. Ooh, stamp club. Stamp club. Bridge club, I Spy play and story time. After school arts and class. So yeah, like there's just a ton of programs that public libraries offer, which museums usually don't. Hey, Anonymous. Yeah. Because I don't want friends. I don't like activities. Tramp stamp? I don't. I mean, I'm not sure Cornwall even has a separate community center. Yeah, Cornwall doesn't have a dedicated community center. we have the library. And that's true for a lot of places. A lot of places don't really have dedicated community centers, or the dedicated community centers may be, out of the way, but they've still got a library. DC, historical stuff in Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. Booth strip after he shot Abe. Some dead stuffed animals from the 1800s. Pencil Museum here. Ooh. That corner library requires bilingualism. Depends on the position, I think. I think they might prefer. I think the postings I've seen there in the past, I believe, may have preferred bilingualism. I don't remember if it was required at any of the job postings I've seen there. You are absolutely wrong, Mimi. The reason Republicans are fighting libraries is over specific books. Because libraries pride themselves on being inclusive and on having information. They are protectors of knowledge, is how a lot of them want to see themselves, at least. They want to make knowledge available. They want to make information and knowledge available to people. And that includes books with gay characters, and books about racial issues. And a lot of Republicans basically want to pretend that shit doesn't exist. They want to pretend that racism doesn't exist, that gay people don't exist. So they'll challenge all sorts of books with gay characters and books about racial issues. A book that'll just mention racism as a thing that used to exist. Books about Black people who had to overcome racism. They don't have to close libraries to avoid that. If the libraries aren't, it forces libraries to make a choice. Republicans want to force libraries to make a choice. They want to force libraries to choose between censorship and non-existence. That's the goal. That is the goal of Republicans. They want to force libraries to decide, do you want to have this book that features, that talks about racism, or do you want to lose your budget? They have to decide between a book that does. I mean, here's the thing, Mimi. No. Fuck you, Mimi. Fuck you with that argument. No. Libraries will offer whatever books people want, with very, 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 very few exceptions. They won't offer Mein Kampf. But short of that, most libraries will offer pretty much anything. What's my experience with books? Library and Information Technician Diploma. Mimi. That's my fucking experience, Mimi. I went to fucking school for this shit. I went to fucking school for this shit. What's your experience? Fuck you. That's my experience. But yeah, basically, short of that, librarians will offer just about anything. They won't have everything available. They have libraries have to make a decision. Will this book circulate? Like that's a decision that libraries always have to make. If we order this book, are people going to take it out? However, if people request a book, the library will offer it. Interlibrary loans are a thing. Interlibrary loans are a thing. So if a library doesn't have a book available, it can put in a request to have that book sent from another library. If that's not available, if enough people request a book, they will buy a copy of it. You know, if they get 5 or 6 people requesting some book, they'll order it. Because because at that point, clearly, there is an interest in it. Libraries in the US are not that different from libraries in Canada, Mimi. It's the same fucking deal. And again, and by the way, I have read I've read about libraries in the US. I have read accounts from librarians in the US. I've read this shit. I have read up on this shit. You're talking out your fucking ass, Mimi. You don't know a fucking thing about how libraries operate. I don't believe that you know. I don't believe that you have ever read anything about libraries. I don't know that you have ever been to a library in your fucking life at this point. Sure as hell haven't spoken to a fucking librarian in your life. I can tell that much. Because it operates the same way. If somebody wants a copy of a book, and that library does not have a copy of the book, if the library can order a copy from somewhere else through interlibrary loan, it will. If it's not available, if that's not an option, it's not an option. Sucks, but it happens. If multiple people request, if one person says, "Hey, can I get this book?" and it's not available through interlibrary loan, then sorry, it's just not available. It's not in our system. Yeah. And I mean, it also depends, how many libraries in the system. So I mean, it gets into all sorts of shit. If they can order through interlibrary loan, they will. If they can't, that happens. If one person wants to read a book, and that book's just not in that library system, sucks, but it happens. If 5 people request the book, there's interest. They will order it. Libraries do not have infinite space. So yes, libraries need to make a decision about whether it is worth dedicating shelf space to a specific book. Because they do not have infinite space. So that is a decision that they have to make, absolutely. They need to make sure the book will circulate. That's not what's fucking happening with the current book bans that Republicans are pushing. Any book I think should be, Mein Kampf. But I mean, short of virulently racist books, generally not. Holy books? Probably. I'd imagine most libraries would have copies of major holy books. Yeah, what's happening right now with the Republican No, Mimi, fuck you for lying about what's actually happening right now with the Republican book bans. What's happening right now, Republican lawmakers and activists are telling libraries, hey, this book you've got on anti-racism, pull that shit. Ban that. That's not appropriate. Take that off the shelves. I don't want that book on our shelves. Get rid of it. Take that book away. Ban it. Away. Trash it. Go throw it in the trash. That's what's happening. And Republican lawmakers are trying to force the issue through budgets. So Republican lawmakers are now saying, you take this book about anti-racism off the shelves, or we will not, or you will not get any funding. They are trying to force libraries to either remove books that conservative dipshits don't like, or just not be open, or just not be able to operate. That's the issue right now. They'll pick up, like, what's that book that they make such a huge fuss about? Genderqueer. You know, like, they'll complain and whine and bitch and moan about that book, Genderqueer. Call it pornography and filth and trash and horrible, and just the absolute worst thing is it's absolute pornography. It's not. It's not fucking pornography. It's an autobiography. It's a person talking about the shit that they have lived through. What is it about? Like I said, it's an autobiography. It's somebody talking about their experiences with navigating their gender. I did not watch The Librarians. I should have, but I never did. Twitter's becoming less and less usable all the time. Anyway, yeah. So they'll like genderqueer, pornography, ban it, pornography. And then if the library doesn't remove the book from the shelves, the Republicans will be like, well, fine then. You're just not going to get funded. I don't think there's actual sex. Or at least like no like explicit sex. I mean, maybe sexual content. I believe there might be, I haven't read it myself. I should. I just haven't gotten around to it. I believe there might be non-sexual nudity in it, which, oh no, the horrors. The horrors. Again, Nerdicus, that one's not actual pornography. It's just because it's about queerness. Republicans decided that's pornography. Because any book that is specifically about queerness, Republicans, conservatives will accuse of being pornographic. Like, just automatically. Why am I mad? I'm mad because this shit fucking matters. Except genderqueer isn't available to young children. It's like teens and up. And also, like, conservatives still try to ban, hey, sweet Caroline. Like, conservatives still fucking complain about Tango Makes 3. You know, like, they'll still push challenges for that shit. TikTok law. Oh, yeah, that TikTok law is actually, like, horrific. What is that? Tango Makes 3 is a kid's book about the true story of two male penguins who were, you know, basically who were essentially mated, who were mates, who were given a baby penguin to care for and raise. Essentially, it is just exactly Danger Otter, right? The gay penguins of the Berlin Zoo, and it's like it was a kid's book that was essentially about, hey, sometimes some kids have two dads, you know, have parents who are in the same sex relationship. Like, that was basically it. Penguins can be gay. Not all, it's rare. But yeah, penguins can be gay, as it turns out. Should a preteen be allowed to borrow a photography book on autopsies of car accidents? On autopsies or car accidents? I mean, I would say probably not. And yeah, absolutely age appropriate material. Hey, new kind of guy. Come in evolutionary dead end. Yeah, whatever. They're small in number. They're not a threat to like it's a tiny number. Like, it's two penguins is not a threat to the future of the penguin species. Am I a lesbian? Not yet. You know, any mammal can be gay, I suppose. Yeah. You know, there are a lot of different animal species that have had, and actually, I mean, penguins aren't mammals. Hey, CK. But I mean, there's a lot of species that have had where homosexual behavior has been demonstrated. Again, it's rare, but it happens, and then it's whatever. But yeah, so like this was basically just a kid's book about, you know, families where the parents are a same-sex couple. That's what Tango Makes 3 is. And it came out like 20 years ago. And Republican and conservatives still bitch about it. Conservatives still challenge it. Still try to get it banned. Great white. Great white sharks would not be mammals. Parents want schools to teach their kids more. I don't think that sexuality and sex things that should be taught in the home. Teaching kids that gay people exist is fine. Just straight up, like, anyone who complains about schools teaching that gay people exist, fucking homophobe. If you're complaining about schools teaching that, then you're a fucking homophobe, and fuck you, and get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of my life, get the fuck out of my life, get the fuck out of my view, go the hell away. Because you're a homophobic dipshit at that point. And I have no fucking interest in your viewership. I do not want fucking homophobes watching me. So, like, it's... Yeah, fuck you, Mimi. So, yeah, like, having... a library having Tango Makes 3. That is not a fucking threat to... Has the school's responsibility? Because schools are where students spend a third of their life, a third of their day. They spend 1/3 sleeping, 1/3 at school, and 1/3 at home. They are where they do most of their socializing. It's where they learn all sorts of shit. It's where they learn how to function in society. And again, a book that has gay penguins. Get the fuck over yourself if you think that shit's not gonna turn your kids gay or whatever stupid, shitty, fucking homophobic bullshit you think is gonna fucking happen. Do you want to look a bit ahead? Lie, CK. Lie. You are a liar. You have never in your fucking life complained about a book for kids that happened to show casual heterosexuality. Never in your fucking life have you complained about a book that showed a kid with straight parents. Garen fucking T, that has never even crossed your mind. Book that shows kid, mommy, daddy, and kid. Never in your life have you actually complained about that. Garen fucking T, 100%. You have never complained about a book that had mommy and daddy and baby. But a book that has, no one has ever complained about that. No one has ever complained about a book for having mommy and daddy and baby. No, fuck you, CK. Democrats have never complained about that shit. There's never been a complaint that a book had a mommy and a daddy. A lot of people have complained about a book with a mommy and a mommy, or a book with a daddy and a daddy. A lot of people have complained about that. Could be completely the same content as the book with mommy and daddy, but if it's mommy and mommy, then suddenly, I don't want you teaching sex, because apparently, as soon as two people of the same gender like each other, that's automatically sex. Boy and girl like each other. Well, that's so cute and romantic. Boy and boy like each other. Sex! Fuck off. Like, seriously, like that is absolutely, it is absolutely homophobia. Bisexual? Then you've got some internalized homophobia going on then, Mimi. No, CK, you don't have to involve sex. Sometimes two boys like each other. Boom! No, you don't have to include sex at all. Some boys like other boys. Some girls like other girls. There's nothing sexual about that. There's no sex involved there. Sometimes a boy wants to marry another boy. Where's the sex in that explanation? As for Caroline, the age range is anywhere from like 25 to 45. And newsflash, CK, when you're reading a story with a gay couple to a kid, odds are the kid isn't going to fucking question it. And even if the kid does question it, odds you can answer it with, well, some boys like other boys. Your story's been interrupted for one whole sentence, and then you get back to it. Because kids are willing to accept that as an answer. Oh, absolutely nothing wrong with being bisexual. No, what I'm saying is Mimi has internalized homophobia because she is apparently under the impression that schools saying, "Oh yeah, gay people exist," is horrible and a violation of parents' rights. And that is exceptionally rare, Nerdicus. 99% of those drag queen story hours, 99% of them, it's a lady in a princess gown showing up and reading a book, reading a regular kid's book. 99% of it. There's nothing sexual that goes on in any of it. Parents need to be parents and teach their children. The truth is, a lot of parents don't. Maybe a lot of parents don't bother with that shit because they're busy. They have shit to do. They have lives to lead. They work all day, like they've got hard jobs. They come home, they're tired. They gotta cook. They gotta clean. They don't have the time to then also get into teaching that shit. Like they just don't have the fucking time or energy. Why are 13-year-olds having sex? Because I mean, usually because of the hormones rampaging through them. What was I when I first had sex? 16 maybe? I think I might have been 16 when I first had sex. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely 13-year-olds. Do I remember being 13? Not well. I don't remember it well. I'm pretty sure I jerked off a lot at 13 because hormones. Let your kids learn about real life in school. Yeah. Like I said, school is where the majority of a child's socialization education will occur. That is where they will learn how to socialize, how to be a part of society. It's not okay for 13. What I would say is that it's not optimal. It's hard to prevent. You know, like honestly, it's one of those things where teach them, like try to teach them to. Yeah, okay, now you're going way too far, Matt. CK. Yeah, way to cross the fucking line, CK. Fuck you, get the fuck out of here. But anyway, yeah, so like teach them to be careful. Teach them like, sex is not something, for 13-year-olds, teach them like I banned CK. He accused me of liking pedophiles. Which, yeah, no. You cross that fucking line, get the fuck out. Anyway, so yeah, what I was saying was like, teach the kid, try to teach the kid to be careful. Teach them, you're gonna want to bang, but try not to. If you're going to, here's a condom. You know, like teach them. You know, try to encourage them to be. Try to encourage them to hold off, but at the same time, teach them to be responsible if they're going to. Just tell them not to. Yeah, sure. Tell them not to. That won't stop them. You know? I mean, you can tell your 13-year-old, don't have sex. They'll be like, of course, Papa. Yes, Papa. Of course I won't. And then as soon as they get the opportunity, they're going to be like, what did my dad say again? Who cares? I'm about to get laid. Yeah, as soon as they get the opportunity, they're probably going to do it. STDs and kids was enough for me to not to do it. I was scared. I mean, yeah, sure. Teach them. Teach them about STDs. Teach them about the risks of pregnancy. Teach them. Tell them, don't do it. By all means, encourage abstinence. Maybe girls are different. Probably at 13. Sure. Sex ed at 10. I would argue for sex ed at 10. What grade is age? What grade are you in at age 10? Would that be grade 5 or 6? No, I would. I wouldn't. Definitely not AW. Most kids don't. Statistically speaking, most kids absolutely don't. I'm not sure what the average age for when they lose for losing virginity is, but for sure, like it's the majority don't lose their virginity until like 18, I think, 4th grade. Is that 10? Isn't 4th grade, is it? Okay. So, all right. So, looks like the average age for losing virginity is about 17. About a third apparently did it before 16. So 17 is apparently around 12 is like 6th grade. Is it? What did I think earlier? What did I lose mine? I think 16, I believe. Pretty sure. Depends on when you're born. All right. Yeah. So I guess maybe like fifth or 6th grade. I would say 5th or 6th grade is probably about the ideal age for a sort of in-depth sex education. Yeah, it's going to be embarrassing for them. It's going to be how in-depth. I mean, I'll avoid I'll avoid jokes on this one. But yeah, I mean, just thinking about or just talking about, talk a little bit about STDs, talk about pregnancy risks, demonstrate how to put on a condom. The Your Body Talk in 5th grade and sex ed in high school health. Insert joke would lighten the mood. So yeah, so yeah, it's like teaching, what sex, tell them what sex is, tell them STD risks, pregnancy risks, show how to use a condom, explain that oral sex can still transmit STDs. Maybe even tell them about oral condoms. What do you call a kid with cancer walking through an airport? I have never had an STD myself. Terminal. You're terrible. UTIs, yeah. UTIs, good thing to teach. Yeah, I'm just teach them how to be safe. Fifth or sixth grade would be the optimal age, time to teach kids how to be safe if they're going to do it. Most of them won't even really have started thinking about it at that point. Most of them don't even really want to hear about it at that point. But get much later and you get a little bit of risk. Yeah, educate them so they don't create more alien tourists. Educate them so they don't accidentally create more kids. Lovely banana practice. Yep. Yes, Savannah. Sex education is important, and so are libraries. There is seldom much crossover in those two areas. But condoms they break all the time. Yep. Especially if they're not put on properly. So, it's another part of why you tell kids the risks. And yeah, that's basically a chicken wing. Just because I don't want kids, just because I don't like kids, doesn't mean I can't care about making sure that kids get proper educations. Spermicide or Lysol. I wouldn't recommend spraying Lysol up the coochie or spraying Lysol on the peen. But HPV vaccinations at 13. Whoop, whoop. I don't think I've ever had any HPV vaccinations. That's what they originally did. I know. That's what Lysol was originally branded as a douche. Don't spray anything up your cooch. Indeed, filthy animal. Unless unless your doctor is prescribing it. There might be rare instances where the doctor is prescribing some sort of cooch spray to treat some sort of for some specific condition. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. What do I know? What do I know about medicine? But in general, yes, you should not be spraying anything in the cooch. Hey, Charlotte. But yeah, that was what Lysol was originally marketed as, was a douche, which is fucked up. That's a weird thing. Hey, Jaja. Again, nerd on. It's so that they're not creating, it's to reduce the chances of them creating more kids. Oh, good night, Brittany. Yeah, it's to let them know, You don't have to have kids. You can have a happy, child-free life. What I said about spermicide? I don't remember. Teaching school? Well, like I said, grade 5 or 6. That seems like a grade 5 or 6 seems like the right age to be teaching that. Grade 5 or 6, not age 5 or 6. Grade 5 or 6. I believe that was about when I learned. I think grade 6. I believe was when I had was when my sex education. It was just honestly, it was like a half-hour thing, 45-minute thing, and that was the end of it. 7th, yeah, maybe 6th, maybe 7th. I don't remember. Yes, absolutely. I want kids educated. I want them not actually. I want them being responsible. I want them not actually having kids. No, not when I was 6. When I was in like 6th grade, I think. I could be wrong. It's been a long time. So it might have been grade 7. I feel like grade 6. I learned about sex from fan fiction. I mean, I imagine a lot of people did, Power. It was sex education, Gia. Complete with a condom demonstration. Pretty much Filthy Animal, yeah. Sailor Moon X. Don't remember that one. Never got the condom demonstration. Boo. Was it? Did you have like one of those abstinence only things, Vanna? Bad website, not for kids. Ah. Nasty pictures, and we got to make anti-drug. Oh, you got to make anti-drug ads? Fun. You know, so that they know. I want them to know so that they know to be careful. And that includes, by the way, learning how to spot signs of danger so that they know how to protect themselves from unwanted acts. Got a book to fill out and act in front of the class? Dare. Yeah, Dare was stupid. Ninja Scroll? Yeah, I had Ninja Scroll. DVD. Again, my brother's. I would have been a teenager when I watched it. I probably would have been like 13 or 14. I think I was 14 when I watched Ninja Scroll. Sign a paper saying we won't do drugs. And then you rolled that paper up. You were 9. That is definitely too young to be watching Ninja Scroll. Explicit sex and holy shit, the violence and gore. I only remember one scene of that mix. I only remember one scene of rape in that one. Maybe it's a different movie. Ninja Scroll. Okay. I want to make sure we're talking about the same movie. So like, yeah, it is very early in the film. It is way too early. Is it Ninja Scroll family film? Depends on how fucked up your family is. Yeah, so like I remember like early on, like there's a scene of like this big hulking demon dude raping a woman, and then it turns out that like the whole time he was doing it, like she's She's got like a poison vagina, and it killed him, right? And then like at the very one of the scenes that I remember, I don't know why, but like one of the scenes that's always stuck in my head from when I was a kid, or like from when I watched Ninja Scroll when I was like 14. Like the very it's the climax of the movie. The hero is fighting the villain, and like the hero's got like this headband with a gem, I guess, on it, and he just keeps slamming his face, like slamming his forehead into the villain's face, and just like fucking the guy's face up, just totally like crushing in the guy's face. But like the villain had like super healing powers, so like immediately healed. Just remember that's fair, Mix. It was a very memorable scene, for sure. It's the kind of scene that stands out, especially when you're not expecting it. You know, like when you're young and never seen anything like that, and just where the hell did this come from? I absolutely understand why that would be the scene that would stick in your memory. Actually, so Earthbound. My T-shirt is Gigas, the final villain from Earthbound. During your final boss fight against Gigas, at the end of the game, he's got some incredibly weird and unsettling dialogue. Like, I feel good. Ness. And like, I don't remember all the lines, but there's some like really weird lines. The guy who developed the game, like the guy who like came up with the game, had apparently, as a child, wandered into a showing of a porn movie, like an adult, like had wandered into an adult theater as a kid, and it just sort of haunted him. So was he lost? No, not that I'm aware of. Anyway, no, I lost my virginity. I'm not going to name the girl I lost my virginity to. What were the noises I made? Give me a second. I pulled up a clip of a turtle having sex with a shoe. Are these funny noises? Give me a second here. I want to see if this video has funnier noises. It was a turtle, yeah, Jordan. There's like another minute of that. There is like another minute of that, so I will stop there. That's what I sounded like. Dark web? No. Happy as a teenager? I don't think I've ever really been happy. Anyway, the Velociraptors from the sounds that the Velociraptors in Jurassic Park make is based, to some degree, on those turtle sex sounds. The sound guy for Jurassic Park uh, saw turtles having sex, heard the noises, and was like, those are my raptors right there. It's a well-known fact, but always an entertaining one. You know what the poison badge thing is from? What's the poison badge thing from, Mix? It's a messed up answer. Well, I'm a messed up person. La Blue Girl. Yeah, La Blue Girl. That one I watched as a teenager. I don't remember any poison vaginas in La Blue Girl. Never played Monster Hunter. On a side note, haunted vaginas are a weird thing in comics. There's been a surprising number of haunted vaginas in comics. Comics used to not be terrible. I mean, there were always bad comics. That's gross. And I mean, none of this is recent. Like, it's none of it is recent stuff that I'm talking about. Um, oh, what's that? What's that weird like tarot? I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the comic Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose. It seems to be one of those weird, so bad it's fun, like just like really silly and very sexualized, but just really fun when it came out. This particular comic came out in 2008. It's a long running series. It's still going. I don't know when it first debuted. The first debuted in the mid 2000s. It's still going. By Jim Balin. Yeah, it features the line, "You have to get out of here. Your vagina is haunted." Actual line of dialogue. You have to get out of here. Your vagina is haunted. But there have been a couple other comics where like a woman was impregnated by a demon. Scarlet Witch, maybe Scarlet. I know Victoria Montesi from the Darkhold comics in the '90s. Way back, yeah, back in the '90s, when comics were good. There's a thing where main character of one comic got pregnant with a demon that was trying to like birth itself into the world, and Doctor Strange had to like try to help this woman, try to help stop this woman from giving birth to a demon, because comics are fucked up, but it's part of what makes them fun. Bang, Mary, Kill, Tank Girl, Domino, Mary Jane. Well, I'm sure as hell not trying to kill Domino. Bang, Domino, Mary, Mary Jane, kill Tank Girl just by default. Just by process of elimination. Which Domino? I mean, I think like comic book Domino from X-Force. I don't like. I'm sure as hell not going to object to movie Domino, but I assumed comic book Domino because I'm a comic book person. I'm a comic book guy, so it's. Tank Girl is great. I tried reading Tank Girl. It did not appeal to me. Loved the movie. The Tank Girl movie is great. Tried reading the comic and it just did not appeal to me. Lex, I caught bits and pieces of Lex. It was on when I was a teenager, so I was horny. So I'd be like channel surfing at night, and I'd come across this show with a hot, near naked lady. It's gonna have my attention. Lex was part Canadian. Yep. Zev was so cute. Yep, she was. Zev is cute. She is cute. It can't be denied. Part cluster lizard. That's the sexy part. It actually sucks that Zev is hot. Yeah, from what I saw of the show, it looked like it was a bad show. But probably fun. Like, it seemed bad, but fun. I don't know that I would have really enjoyed watching it. I was just sort of watching for the plot, as they say. It's so good because it sucks. Yeah, it seemed like one of those so bad it's good. I've seen all of Lex. Blows corner cast out of the water. I mean, I'll admit, like corner gas. I love corner gas. Corner gas is as close to perfect as a sitcom can get. It might have been, it might have been better if Lacey had dressed like Zev. Grew up watching Xena. What is this? They could have had Lacey dressed up like Zev, and at that point, 10 out of 10, S tier, best show ever. Yeah, maybe. Kai is an interesting addition. Doesn't add much, but a cool character. Yeah, that seemed to be his thing. The cool, mysterious bad boy. Anyway, 2.5 hours. I'm gonna leave and watch Star Trek now. Bangray kills Zev from Lex, Lacey from Cornergas, or Gabrielle from Xena. Bang Zev, marry Lacey. Hate to say it, but kill Gabrielle. Kill Gabrielle, but only so that she like gets isekai'd back to her own worlds where she can be with Xena. That's my reasoning. Bacon be shaken. Well, thank you for 4 months, Bacon. You are why I binged Corner Gas. Glad to have helped. I'm glad to have helped, Bacon. But yeah, kill Gabby so that she will resurrect in her own world so she can be reunited with Xena. I'm just like that's what happened. She doesn't belong in this world. She belongs with Xena. Because those two are absolutely wives, yeah. Gabby is Xena's wife. I'm not gonna steal Xena's girl. I'm gonna send her back to Xena. So they can be married together. So they can be married and live happily ever after. Xena is too good for Gabby. She's obnoxious. Holy shit, Bacon Be Shaken! Just because. Thank you so much, Bacon Be Shaken. Thank you so much for that super chat. Hearts in the chat for Bacon Be Shaken. Xena doesn't settle. She settles down with Gabby. Those two absolutely belong together. Kiss the camera. Mwah. No hurts until you unkill Gabby. I mean, you'll have to go to the studio for that one, Andy. They're the ones who passed on a Xena sequel. Can I spit on the camera? I'm not indulging your kinks, Gia. Anyway, yeah. I am going to leave now. I'm going to go watch the newest episode of Star Trek Picard. And so, yeah. This has been a thing. So, I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night.